Hot take. I like Highguard. So I played 5v5 Highguard. Uh, First off, let's commend the developers for quickly responding and doing something to try to shaking things up. Usually we have to wait quite a while for a developer to move to be as nimble, as agile as they were. So I like to commend you. Let's give them a round of applause. Um, 5v5 is fun. It's chaotic. I agree. Maybe 4v4 might be the sweet spot. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's better than 3v3 for the casual audience. All right. So let me be clear. When it comes down to widespread masses and video game players, and especially in the shooter realm, we have a lot to pick from. We have a lot of choices. You can go extraction, you can go BR, you can go arena, yeah, you can go co-op. There's a lot of different things, and developers are always trying to figure a way to mix it up. Now, what I can say Highguard stands out on the most is the horses. Getting on the back of a horse and riding out at a pretty, decent speed and shooting at each other through the horses. Not unique, but I think they had it. They've done a very good job executing that particular part of their game loop. But sieges, plant the bomb. I come from Halo days. People used to just, get in Forge on Halo and make up these kind of things. Can't really say it was totally unique. But again, it's how you execute it and put it all together. They wrapped it up in a fantasy wrapper, and that's what they brung over to us. And yeah, we already know about the reception. I don't want to go touch on that. We already know what happened. We already know how people received it, kind of what was going on. But the game is here now, so we're playing it. So 5v5, cool. I like it. Good step in the direction. Again, 4v4 might be the sweet spot, but 5v5 is great. One thing that Lucid, which is a Halo Infinite, well, I'm not gonna just say Halo Infinite, but that's why I really know Lucid from was when he was doing this thing at Halo Infinite. But one of the best mechanical shooters I know of out there. And he said, hey, Highguard feels like a AA game with AAA eyeballs, meaning all the attention they were getting was from a AAA game. And Jeff Keighley kind of put him in that position, and they agreed to it, but I don't know if they were really prepared and knew what they were getting themselves into. They are still at the AAA phase. They are trying to figure it out. Probably would have been better if they took a deadlock approach, honestly. Put the game out and say, hey, give us a year. Let us develop. I think that you probably can still do that. It's a free game, so you can say, hey, we're going to just take a step back. We're going to label ourselves as beta phase. All the people who made purchases or whatever, give them some kind of foundation credits or something like that. I don't know. But, just let the community know that you're a developing title. You're not there yet. What was released is not really what we need to get. If you do that, what I think would happen, or what could happen, is you can get the player feedback. Honestly, player feedback is super important, and it's hard to get that as a developer, only relying on in-house help. It's tough. So, if Wildlight Entertainment decides to take the game and use this year as a phase of development similar to Deadlock. I mean, even Baldur's Gate 3 actually went and took time and did a big user testing and went through a lot of beta and beta testing, community beta testing to get to where it was before it became Game of the Year. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Developers like to keep that stuff close to the chest and not share it with the masses. But if you're trying to please the masses, share it with the masses. See what they got to say, get the feedback, and they're doing that. So, commending you guys on that too as well. Great job. There are a few things that I would like to see. Not saying I'm a game developer. I'm totally going to get in the passenger seat of the car and try to drive. I have no experience in game development at all. Um, but I just play games. I've been playing games since 1985. So I got ideas and things I've seen over time, or things I think may or may not need to be changed, or some suggestions or ideas. Number one, Highguard had 3 pillars. They said it in their developers diary, Vidoc. They released on launch day. Uh, I can't remember all 3, but I know one of them was fantasy. I don't feel like Highguard is fantasy enough, honestly. I think you should go further. Give us some real fantasy. Let's get some magic out of there. Let's get more to it than just guns. For example, Big Trouble in Little China. You had the main bad guy. His name was Lopan, and I'm gonna try to throw the clip up for you. You had his main bad guy. His name was Lopan. He was out there shooting. He was shooting the beam from his pinkies when he was crossing them like this, and he was fighting a guy who had like a little stone, little jewel in his hand. He was like, he was shooting his little beam out at him. All that was cool, man. Like, do something like that. Have your guy out there, hand gesture, shooting out some. We need more of that. I haven't seen a sword. Maybe a sword can do something. Maybe do some slashes. We've seen it before. Like, I just think you should lean into the fantasy a little bit more. Maybe your horses or whatever, they can do a little bit more too as well. Maybe some can actually get up a little bit higher. Pegasus, let's get into the fantasy. Hell, make a bull out there and have some bulls have an ability to run people over sometimes. I don't know. You just come up with a little bit more. Lean into the fantasy part a little bit more. And you can make all the gestures and the stones and all that kind of stuff just react like an actual gun. Have currency out there and ways to get currency out there in the looting phase. Maybe put NPCs out there in the field that you can kill to earn currency. Continue to smash the jewels for currency, and come up with many different ways you can earn currency out there. Have some Destiny-like raid mechanics that the team can do out there, and if they do the raid-like mechanics, they can actually get a bunch of currency. Supply drops, getting currency. Just have that whole looting phase be about currency, and make the biggest chunks of currency focal points for the teams to go to in the 5v5, 4v4 game mode. Then, because the gear is tiered anyway, just at the beginning of each round, allow our team to just go in and literally purchase. Just give them everything on the list and let them buy what they want at the tier that you got it locked at. First round be blue, second round be purple, third round be gold. Each character can have their own menu if they don't use guns. Some use guns, some don't use guns. Some might use swords and bow and arrows, whatever. Allow them to get that. Some might use lightning and fire. That's the weapons they use and they shoot with. Lightning and fire. Another thing I think Highguard could do is put some kind of progression out there. And I'm not saying it's necessary, but I have in my circle of gaming friends some guys who are very focused on progression. They want a list, they want a task list, and then once they accomplish these things on the list, they reach their goals. They want to feel rewarded for reaching their goals, and when their rewards is not worth it, they don't feel the loop. They want to do something else. And I don't know where it started, where the fun wasn't the only thing to hold you down, but there's a pretty decent amount of guys out there. If you're one of those people, please comment. Let us know. Hey, I would like to, progress my character. I want to level something up. I want some kind of skill tree or something to be doing. I want to level. I want to earn XP and progress in some direction and do more than just hop into the game. So it's not 100% necessary to be a big hit. But if there's something you could come up with, that'd be great. Maybe you could just upgrade your character's look, similar to Space Marines 2, 40k, if you don't know. As you progress, you have certain things that, from a cosmetic standpoint, you only will be able to unlock as you progress the character. So maybe try something like that. One thing you mentioned in your developer diary was fail fast. In my previous work experience, fail fast was one of our mottos. Um, I understand where that comes from. Try it out, don't work, switch. Keep going till you get something that clicks and it feels good. So that's something you guys can attempt to do. Maybe some other game modes will maybe help out. I know you focused on rank, you have a roadmap, so this is detouring a lot of what you said, but hey, I'm just throwing some things out there. Please always focus on fun. Having a competitive game that is balanced out, and you can really dig your claws into the competitive side. It's great, but I've seen where a competitive game just tends to flatten out the fun. It leaves things balanced to allow people with great skills to differentiate themselves from everybody else because they have the skill to do so. But we're talking about putting a game out to hundreds of thousands of people. Chaos is fun. Most games I play where it can get a little chaotic, that's where most of the fun is at. Arc Raiders, it gets a little chaotic. Helldivers 2 definitely gets a little chaotic. My Halos can get a little chaotic, especially in the beginning. Halos 1, 2, and 3, or those multiplayer experiences would get a little crazy. Your bit team battles get real crazy out there, and that's where you got the fun. That's where all the fun was at. Call of Duty is it's an adrenaline and chaos most of the time. Battlefield, it's a big ass war out there. Tanks and jets and helicopters and missiles blowing up and explosions and just it's crazy. Fun. It's fun, man. So always lean to fun. I think that's the best for chaos. I like Highguard. Game's fun to me. So I'm in support. I want you guys to do good. I hope you do great. I hope things gets better. I really want to see you succeed. I think there could be a lane for Highguard. So anyway, this is Rufus Youngblood with I Game Out Loud. Please like, subscribe, click the little bell, thumbs up, comment, all those good socials. Do your socials. Do the socials. You know what? If you listen to Game Out Loud, we're gonna say do the socials. Do the socials. We appreciate you. Love you. Thank you guys. I'm out.